Hello everyone, welcome to IR Photo Tours. This is IR Photo Tours. If I could ask you very kindly just to do a little bit of a subscription down below, hit the notification button or the bell if you like. I haven't touched on any of those Sony or Nikon as yet, but I will do. Today though it's really exciting. Next month we are looking at announcements on July the 9th of quite a few Canon products. So very exciting month in July, and it's also my birthday. So yeah baby, 1 year older. Well, at least I survived 1 year older, didn't I? So that's good. But anyway, moving on, the list that Canon's got for us in July. July the 9th is when Canon are going to announce the new R5, the new R6, and a bundle of new products as well, and we're going to go through them today in this video. Not through them all, we're not going to go through all the specs and what have you. I just want you to know what's going to happen on the 9th of July. 9th of July is really exciting. It's my birthday month and it's July the 9th. Will I get any of these presents? I doubt it, they'd be too expensive. So first up, let's talk about the Canon EOS R5. We've spoken about this quite a lot recently, the R5 being a humongous camera. Now this camera, in my opinion, is it going to be for me as a landscape photographer? I like the megapixel side of the CMOS sensor. It's going to be around about 45 megapixels. Well, it is 45 megapixels CMOS sensor, and it's Digic X, I believe. So whatever the one is in the 1DX Mark III, that's what it's going to be. So that's going to work really well in that camera. And we're going to have 8K video uncropped. That's nuts. So there's all these specs that are just going to be absolutely amazing on this camera. You're going to have 20 frames a second. That's bonkers. So who's that aimed at? Is it aimed at the sportsman? Or is it aimed at the landscape photographer? I think it's going to be a bit of an all-round ultimate camera. It's going to be an amazing camera. And it's going to sit at around about £3,500. So that to me tells me it's going to be in the Canon 5D Mark IV area when that came out. So I believe that that is the mirrorless version of the 5D Mark IV. And then the EOS R6 is going to be the 6D version, and that's kind of going to replace that as well. So we can see that mirrorless is going to be huge. It is huge now. It's been really huge for many years, but Canon has finally caught up. We have had Olympus mirrorless cameras out for a number of years now. I owned the Canon, the Olympus pen when that arrived, and that was a mirrorless, and that was a lovely small compact camera. As you probably all are very aware, there's a video link there. I did own the 5DS, and that was 50.1 megapixel camera, and that was outstanding. The image quality on that is stunning. If you want image quality, that's probably the camera to get. For me personally, landscape photography, the flip screen, the ease of use of it, the focus peaking, all the things that the 5DS didn't have, like the Canon EOS R does have. And I've had the Canon EOS R now for a year and 9 months so far, I believe it is. And it is still my best enjoyable camera to go to. The Canon EOS R I kind of think was the test bed for the Canon EOS R5, and I think it was a test bed for the Canon EOS R6. Now, Canon EOS R5, like I said, is going to be around about the £3,500 mark. I think the Canon EOS R6 will be around about the £1,800 mark. Don't quote me, but I reckon that'd be about right. I reckon it'd be about right. 20 megapixel CMOS sensor. I mean, I personally wouldn't be very happy with the CMOS sensor at 20 megapixels. Not doing landscape photography. Landscape photography demands detail, and I know what the 5, like I said, a 5DS was an amazing camera, and that gave me that detail. However, it seems to me that it might just be a nice all-round camera. You got these two cameras coming out, and they're going to be announced on the 9th of July. So keep watching, because I'm going to push this video out there on the 9th of July, because I want to know, I want to see exactly what those specs are. We've been guessing, and you know, there have been also announcements, and we've been getting little snippets all the way through. So the 9th of July is going to be the day that we're going to all get very excited. So you can pre-order these cameras, the R6 and the R5, and if you get your name down first, you'll get one of the first batches. So that's pretty cool. These are all the list of products that will be announced by Canon on the 9th of July. That's going to be a big product announcement, isn't it? It's going to be huge, and I'll tell you why, because these are the things that they will be announcing. Okay, so the Canon EOS R5 firstly. This is just in any order you like, so however they come out with it. So the Canon EOS R5 body, then you'll probably get a Canon EOS R5 with an RF 24-105 f4 lens. That seems to be the standard kit lens, and it has been for many a year with Canon. The Canon EOS R6 body, the Canon EOS R6 body with the RF 24-105 yet again, f4 to 7.1 IS STM lens kit. The Canon EOS R6 body, yeah, we've said that already, with 24-105 f4. So there's an f4 to 7.1 lens, and there's also an f4 lens as well with IS-USM. Now, just to bear in mind that both cameras will have IBIS, we believe. So IBIS being the thing that everyone's been craving for, not me in particular, to be honest. The IS done everything I want it to do, so I think the IBIS is more to do with videography, and the videography is not something that I really heavily get into other than these vlogs, and I'm very happy with my vlogging camera that I have. I cannot imagine that I will be lugging around a Canon EOS R size camera like this with that kind of lens on it. You know, that's a hefty old beast, to be fair. That does weigh some. Now, I can't imagine being like that, you know, and looking at me like that. My wrists would kill me eventually. So not something that I would be happy to hold for very long. And if that was on a gimbal, that'd be even heavier. So no, not for me. However, the Canon M6 Mark II, what I'm videoing on now, with the 16mm Sigma f1.4 lens, perfect, love it. And it's on a gimbal as well, and it's just sat there with the mic on, all the bits and pieces. I've got brackets on there with lights on it and all sorts. So that's a perfect vlogging camera for me, perfect vlogging setup for me. And it's nice and light, it's lightweight enough, let's put it like that. So we're moving on. So the Canon EOS R6 body with the 24-105 lens will be in there as a kit form. The Canon WFT R10 wireless file transmitter, that's going to be announced. Canon BG R10 battery grip, will be announced. So that is something extra that will be going on to your Canon EOS R, Canon R5, Canon R6, no doubt. They're all the same kind of body, so I'm presuming that that will be one battery grip for all. I'm just guessing, but I'm presuming that would be that case. Then we've got the Canon LP E6NH battery. Now, if you remember, I mentioned the H on the end on my last vlog, and I kind of thought, well, is that a different battery? Well, I don't think it's a different battery. I think it's just I think there's more capacity in the battery, and hence why it's called the H on the end, because it's a bit, perhaps it's for high capacity. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Canon RF 100 to 500 f4 to 7.1 IS USM. Now that sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? But I kind of think, what is Canon doing? 7.1 f 7.1 on a 500mm, and what's it going to be priced at? Who knows? The prices of Canon's lenses are just going through the roof. People like myself, even professionals that have to pay for their gear, yeah, it's not going to be easy, is it? I would love to go over to RF lenses, but I have such nice glass at the moment, I'm not sure that I will. Canon RF 100 500mm f4 to 7.1. 7.1, I'm not really feeling it with the 7.1. 7.1, yeah, you haven't got a lot of scope there, have you? I mean, you start putting on a 1.4 converter, what are you going to get? You're going to get f11, f12? Well, can't think offhand. No doubt somebody can tell me down below. I mean, I do shoot at f8 on a glorious day, you know, bright sunny day. You get some really nice apertures, but it's not always like that in this country, is it? Moving on. Okay, so we got a Canon RF 600mm f11 DOIS STM. F11. Wow, man, who's that for? I mean, I do astrophotography at f11 because I'm trying to get as close as I can to the moon, for example. Is that going to be a moon lens then? Is that going to be a moon lens, perhaps? Who knows? F11 though. What is Canon thinking? We'll find out. No doubt they got something up their sleeve. They've got to have something up their sleeve at f11. That's the starting point. That's it, f11. No 4.5 to f11 or 7.1 to f11 or anything like that. It's just f11. Wow. So you've got Canon RF 800mm next. So the 800mm, that's a hell of a reach. I mean, how big is that lens going to be? Who knows? Mind you, Canon are getting smaller and smaller and smaller with their lenses and their cameras, and albeit all really downsizing and making it lighter as well. So interesting to see that 800mm at f11. Now f11 though, DO, Canon lens hoods. Right, Canon lens hoods ET101, that's going to be announced. Canon lens hood ET88B, that's going to be announced. Canon lens hood ET77, that's going to be announced. Canon lens case LZ1435, that's going to be announced. We're going to get a new teleconverter, RF teleconverter at 1.4. We're going to get another teleconverter RF 2 times. What are they going to be like? I mean, the Mark III teleconverters that Canon had, their latest ones, they were, in my opinion, they were the best teleconverters there were, end of, period. They still slowed the focusing down a bit on the 2 times converter, especially on a Canon 100 400mm f4 to 5.6 lens. That'd be the Mark II version. And the Mark II version, as everybody probably knows if they own one, was a stonkingly fast autofocusing lens, and it was a really nice lens. I have one because of that reason, because they are such a nice lens. So anyway, going back to the teleconverters here, if the teleconverters are anywhere near as good as the latest ones that we've got now, which is the Mark IIIs, then they're going to be amazing. And the RF lenses, they're meant to be really incredibly sharp. So, very tempting stuff. But do I need a mortgage for it all? Yeah. So they are, guys and girls, they are basically what we got installed and what is going to come up on the announcement on the 9th of July this year. Not next year, this year. Now, it was, I mean, the R5 was going to be announced in January, March, and it never happened, did it? So, so 9th of July, it's meant to be happening. Let's see what happens. So, let's go through that quickly again, the list. Canon EOS R5 body, Canon EOS R6 body, and they're going to do the kit as well, which will add which will be the 24mm to 105 f4 lens, and also a Canon 24mm to 105 f4 to 7.1. And then of course you've got the batteries and the battery grips, you've got the wireless R10 wireless file transmitter coming out. We have the new battery, of course. Well, I think that, to be fair, is that an announcement? That's what they're saying here. It's going to be announced as a new battery, basically. So Canon LP E6NH battery. I'm interested to know what that H is. So anyway, and then also Canon RF 100 500mm f4 to 7.1, and then the Canon RF 600mm f11 DO ISSTM. Let's get that out. Canon RF 800mm f11 DO ISSTM, and then all the Canon lens hoods basically, and then of course the extra ones which I didn't know about, which is the teleconverter, the RF 1.4 and the RF 2.0 2 times. So quite a lot to look forward to, don't you think? So that's enough from me for the moment, guys. Thank you very much for watching. You've been watching IR Photo Tours, and see you next time. We'll talk a little bit more about these lenses as well as they come out, and other stuff as well, and we'll talk soon. Cheers, and it's been a lovely old job.